Pakistan Stock Exchange continued its strong upward trend on Monday, with the KSE 100 index climbing over 3,000 points in
Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Saad and today we are going to make this video around how to invest in Pakistan Stock Exchange. If you are a beginner or if you have already done some kind of investment, this video will cover all the topics and brush up your knowledge as well. And usually when we are investing, we are really out of different options that we can use to invest, but I got it covered. And Pakistan Stock Exchange definitely is one of those places. So now, जहाँ तक investment की बात है, we know in Pakistan that it's usually plots, houses, or even a car becomes an investment in Pakistan. But I think stock investment is something that we can all look into and really gain a lot of benefit from this. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. So I have been investing in US market and UK market plus also the EU market for a while, but I was really surprised to see how the Pakistan Stock Exchange is behaving right now. You must have seen the news also in Bloomberg and other news channels that Pakistan stock market right now is one of the top performing markets, period. And the dividends are crazy. You will get dividends up to like 10%. Some of them are showing around 15 to 30% as well. I don't believe them a lot, but the dividends are amazing. The returns are amazing. And right now, even the market did a bit of correction, but still I have been investing for 2 months in Pakistan Stock Exchange. And I think I have a return of almost 30 to 35K. Though it went down to 26K and I had the highs of 45K and the investment was around 1,45,000 itself. So really amazing results. It might get a correction over the new year, but it has a huge potential. And especially why I think it has a huge potential, because if you look at the PE ratio, which is the profit to earnings ratio, and I will tell you when I explore and find new stocks to invest in, it's really amazing right now for a lot of good companies who are giving good dividends right now in Pakistan. And Pakistan stock market is a host to a lot of good stocks as well, like System Limited, we have Mizan Bank, we have HBL, we have 4G Foundation, fertilizers and cements. These are really huge profit-making companies. And we always complain that the rich people in Pakistan are making a lot of money. And this is our opportunity to actually take part in that money-making machine and start investing in Pakistan Stock Exchange. Disclaimer, this is not a financial advice, but this is more like my personal experience and how things have been so far for Pakistan Stock Exchange and how I have experience around investing in international market as well. Also something we will cover in some other video when we cover the international stocks. So if you quickly ask me, okay Saad, what are the 3 simple steps to start trading? Open the broker's account, find the bank you can actually deposit money from, so you need to declare that. Also they have, Ktrade has like 6 banks, IBN that you can put in and then you can send in the money. I think UBL is the one where they can just directly get a notification. As soon as you submit there, you will get your deposit in there. But for the rest of the banks, you have to actually take a screenshot or have the transfer slip ready and send it to your either the representative, the one who contacted you on WhatsApp, or send it to and send it to accounts@ktrades.com. But you can always ask the agent and they are super responsive. They are always there to help you. So do that. Once you have deposited that, and step 3 is to find the stocks that you want to invest in. This is actually the most fun part, but also the most critical part, because your returns are going to depend on how good are you at finding the right stock with a good PE ratio and good dividends and good history. It's a lot of fun. So let's dive into it and I will show you how we can do it. So step 1, how can you actually invest in Pakistan Stock Exchange? Well, you need a broker's account. There are a lot of options, but I'm going to today explain about Ktrade. It's a very good app. It's built in Pakistan. They do have some user interface issues or some kind of bugs, but it's totally fine. It's totally doable. And what you really need to do, you just go to their website, submit a form. You can actually invest if you're sitting outside Pakistan, you're sitting inside Pakistan. You just have to tell them that what is going to be your source of income. Where are you earning from? Do you have a business? Do you have an employment somewhere? So you have to give all those details. And once you do that, somebody from the company itself is going to reach out to you on your WhatsApp. And that person will actually help you to fill in the rest of the form. So you don't have to go through all the hustle to fill in. Usually what I've seen is that the paperwork is so much in the rest of the broker's account, but therefore we have the Ktrade app because they make it really easy. They use an agent which can help you. That person will ask you all the information, most likely your last 3 months pay slips, your employment letter or other sources of income that you have, and your CNSC card or your passport, depending on if you are living in Pakistan or not. And they will get your signature, and within 2 to 3 working days, your account will be open and ready to invest. Also, something they asked me to do was to put in 5 lakh so that they can also consult you. I would advise not do that. Gain your confidence, put in like 5K or something, even take it out so that you know, okay, there is a proper channel. And one thing you have to make sure is that the bank account you're going to mention will also receive the money that when you withdraw. So make sure that when you are in that phase, put in 5K, extract it out, invest in a couple of stocks, get comfortable with it. And when you think, okay, this system is working, there's a full circle that I can truly understand, only then go for it. So some investors like to invest in more of like blue chip accounts, which are well established, are giving good dividends. So these are good for creating passive incomes. And some of the investors like to take more risk, right? So more risk, more return, but there is also a risk of going to like almost zero. So the company can go bankrupt as well. So you have to be smart and create a good balance of both, I would say, and depending on your goal. So right now, if my goal is to create passive income, I will rather invest in blue chip stocks and get good dividends.
Okay, now, so it's practically time to see how we can invest and buy stocks. First of all, you can only buy stocks when the stock market is open. I will provide the link down below to get to the website where you can view it. And then the other website that you can actually go to find the best stocks, I will also provide the link for that. Over here, we can find which stock has the best PE ratio, what kind of dividends they are providing, and all the details we need. And this will really help us in analyzing and finding the stocks we need. Now, moving to the Ktrade platform itself, here you can quickly see how much money you have, what kind of portfolio you make. I keep it quite diversified, and right now all the stocks that I picked are doing well. They are all in positive. This is a good indicator that my analysis and things that I have worked with are working fine. Moving forward, now we have around 45 minutes for the market that is still going to be open, so we can buy the stocks that we need today, and we will do the analysis as well. I want to quickly check the high dividend one, and also check what PE ratio they have. The very first stock that you're seeing over here is something I already have in my portfolio. You can see all the stocks that you have bought in your portfolio itself. You can see how you have diversified your portfolio in terms of what stocks you have. While I'm buying these stocks, I can see that there are 3 stocks that are in negative. Since I have already done some analysis on these stocks, so I would rather try to rebuy these stocks when I'm investing every single month. So I want to quickly take a note of all these 3 stocks that I have so I can check from the website how are they doing right now. It's always good to recheck how the stocks are doing instead of just investing again in the ones that you have invested before. Now that I have sold this, I can quickly check how these stocks are doing. We just go to the search and search for the one that I'm looking for. I will launch the chart and then go into the details that will give me the overview of the stock itself. So it's a stock that produce cement. You can see in the long term it has done really good gains. This already gives me a good confidence. And finding a stock is all about a gut feeling, right? So when you look into dividends, this also look good. The PE ratio is a bit high. It's okay. It should be ideally less than 5. I look into what do they make, what the company is really about, what are they selling, and then I look into, okay, this looks good, revenue and the net income. Overall, this is a stable company. You can look into that they have net income at the end as well. Something I do not really fancy is having debt, but over here I still went for it because they are reducing it. So it's a good indicator. You can always go all the way down and see how the technical analysis and the sentiments from the analysts look like. If it's strong buy, that's already improving my confidence. Looking into the financials, you can see a bit more detail if the stock is free floating, if the stock is doing well in terms of finances. Looking again into the revenue, it is only working in Pakistan right now, and you can see they have short term and long term assets are going to actually be better. So this is giving me good confidence again. They only gave dividends in 2024, so this is not a very dividend heavy stock. It might not be giving regular dividends, but I'm thinking this is going to be still a good stock that I can invest in. So I'm going to go to trade, and I will find where actually in the symbols I have to put in their symbol, and you have to pick the one where it says KSE. This has to be registered in Karachi Stock Exchange. I will always add the symbol on my watches as well, so I can see what's the bid size and what's the offer. Bid size is always going to be a bit less, and the offer is something when somebody is trying to sell it. And I will, this is the opportunity, this is the point where I would rather put a limit uh, order where the bid value needs to be my target. And if I have 50,000, then I want to have like 10,000 invested per stock. So I will then put in the amount of stocks I need to buy, which will get me closer to 10,000. You will notice that while I was putting this in, the bid value had actually changed. So as soon as I purchase this order, this is going to get executed. Usually you will see these three information. One, when you saw that, that means the stock is already on the way. So I don't see anything in the orders. I see it in the trade because the trade has already happened. I can now go back to the home tab and see that the portfolio would increase for the amount that I've already got. So I can see that increase in my portfolio. I can quickly refresh the face, which will enable me to see how much buying power I still have. I had around 50K, now it's around 41, which means that money is already invested. So the cash balance is now 41,000 still left with me. I will now go back and pick the Mizan back stock and quickly see how it is doing right now from our website. Over there, we should potentially see that this is still a good stock to buy since it went a little negative. So we can buy again and increase our portfolio. You will see that over time it has had good gains. In the last 6 months, it is going a bit down, which is good. We do not want to buy all-time high. So this is a good opportunity to buy it again. Looking into key stats, the PE ratio is really amazing. Look at the dividends, like 13%. This is more than what you get from your saving accounts. Quickly reading what they do, looking at their finances. We don't have debt for banks. We have net loans, so they are still low and they are keeping it at a good level. The analytics rating is still buy. So in the long term, I don't really care about technical analysis. That is more for short term. Then I will quickly view how the finances look like. Looking over there, we say, okay, the closely held stocks are many. Then we have a good flow of revenue, net income. They have different kind of portfolio themselves that they work with. Regular dividends. This is giving me again good confidence, a good gut feeling that okay, this is a stock that you can really invest in. Now I will go ahead, go back to the Ktrade. I will put in Mizanpec, REG, KSE so that it's registered on Karachi Stock Exchange. Put in stock quickly where I get something around 10,000. Again, I will look into the bid size and the offer and try to invest or try to put in a price which is a good buying price for me, a good bargain for me. And I will put that and proceed with the trade itself. I'm going to quickly change and match it with the bid size itself. And when I make this trade, we will see this will not go through directly because the market value is still a bit high. So we will see this in our orders tab. And eventually, as time goes by, this will get fulfilled, most likely as the stock prices usually go up and down. Okay, the next stock that I had in my list, as already mentioned, had a very good PE ratio, but very high dividend, which is a bit unusual. This already alerts me a bit that this is rather just one time very high dividend that they gave out. And if I want to make a passive income, maybe I don't want to invest in this stock again. Though this was in negative, I will just leave it as it is. In the next step, what I will like to do now is find some other stock that I can include in my portfolio. So whenever I have an opportunity to invest, I will go here and start looking into which company has good PE ratios. Kohinoor Energy I already have. Energy sector is something I'm avoiding right now because we all know in Pakistan the issue with the capacity payments. As soon as they go down, these stocks are not going to be the best ones to buy. So I already have a bit of portfolio for them, so I'm going to avoid it. What other thing I have which is good in terms of dividends, but also a reasonable PE ratio? I see Pakistan International Terminals and sorry, Pakistan International Container Terminals. Now looking at the overall increase this stock has is not giving me a lot of confidence. Dividend is really high. P/E ratio is still okay. I prefer it under 5. Irregular revenue and net incomes. The rating is also okay on the buying side. I'm losing a bit of confidence on this one. Looking into the finances, you can see a bit of irregularities in their regular dividends, but in the long term, you see that the assets are going to really be less. So I'm not happy with the stock, so I will just close it right away and move to find a new one. This OLP one looks interesting because it has a good P ratio under 5, then good dividends as well. Looking into long-term gains, they're also looking quite reasonable. Not a lot of gains, but it's looking fine. Dividends P ratio good. I'm getting a bit of confidence that this will be a good one. To know a bit about the company, so it's about asset management, wholesale, Sharia compliant financing products. I think this is where I will not maybe include this because I already have Mizan Bank and I want to diversify a bit. Though the revenue and net income looks steady, the moving average is also strong, very neutral. Analysis indicators over there. A lot of free floating shares, which I don't really prefer a lot to be honest. And then going further down, they probably should have good dividends, so they have like regular dividends as well. I'm still very neutral. I'm not very keen just because this is like a bank itself. I don't want to do that. So there is one for insurance. I think the P/E ratio is even better. I'm a big fan of insurance. Living in Germany, I know also really good gains over the years. Insurance is something that really provides a lot of help to employees and local people. Um, and they are providing different kind of insurances. I think they also might have a good B2B portfolio. So again, this would be good for my diversification in my portfolio. I don't have any insurance company right now. Okay, this looks good. If we look into the revenue and net income, this is also quite balanced. Um, the policy claim versus the premium earn, premium is a bit more very regularly on each quarter, so they are making money. The indicators are neutral. I'm still going confident, getting confidence for this just because this will diversify my portfolio as well. Um, so we do get solid net income at the end. They also diversify in terms of different insurances that they provide. Very good regular growth in dividend history. This means they will keep on increasing their dividends if I hold the stock for a longer time. Okay, I think I've already made my mind that this will be a good stock to invest in for the sake of gaining passive income and also to diversify in my portfolio. So I can now directly go back to the Ktrade platform and pick the symbol so I can put it in there to buy it. I will go to the trading platform itself. Will put in the symbol. There is a bit of UI experience that you can see that if I clicked into the trading itself, but it has not gone to the trading platform. So live a bit with this user interface issues. And also looking at my portfolio, you can see that I don't have anything around insurance itself. So this is going to be a good company to add for my portfolio. Again, we have around 30,000 still left. So I would then rather maybe also invest another 10,000 into this. And in the portfolio, you can also look into more details in terms of what you buy. So trying to go back to the trading itself. I hope it works. Click again. Okay, now it works. So I can pick the Karachi registered stock for this insurance. I will also add it in my watcher so you can see what's the bid size and what's the offer size. I will match it with the bid size and then play around with the amount of stocks that I would like to buy to see what's the order value that I will have, and I will try to keep it around 10,000. And since this is not a very well established company and the stock price is still low, so I can also expect good value gain itself. So I can buy a lot of stocks for this company, and as the value of the stock itself is going to gain, I'm also going to benefit from that. So I will do the trade, put in my bin, and go ahead and see how does this look like. I can quickly refresh my portfolio and see how much money I still have left. So around 20,000, and I will like to see where I can invest it further. And you will see this green notification on the right. That means that one of the order I had for my insurance stock, 100 of the stocks are already bought, 200 will still be pending. So as the value gets matched, this will get the orders will get fulfilled. So no worries about that, and you don't have to proactively wait for it. Now looking into one more company that I had in my portfolio, and then the reason to look into this one is because I have very less amount invested in this company, so I also would like to keep a balance with how much I have invested in each company. Though the overall gain is not that good, PE ratio is really amazing. I think this is still due to the capacity payment that we have to pay them. Dividends are amazing. Of course, this is again a power sector that I will avoid. the free cash flow has been negative in few of the quarters. The debt is quite high. The indicators are negative. Okay, I'm already not very keen to invest in this, and now I kind of remember why I kept this portfolio quite low. I just got this rather more out of curiosity, and you can see there's a big chunk of capacity payment in there. Okay, I would like to avoid this, then see which is the other portfolio I have, which is not very big. So I have, I think this is Shamshad sugar mills, I guess, and I mean, we as a nation also consume a lot of sugar, and they also manufacture the byproducts from the sugar, which can be used in our medicines and cleaning supplies. So again, good dividends, good PE ratio, and looking into the details, the debt is scaring me a bit. Also the negative flow, but I think in the last quarter they went a bit better. Very strong indicators itself. So I'm a bit neutral with what I have as a gut feeling. Again, a bit of irregular net income, but it is okay. Also something I don't want to diversify so much that I keep on buying new stocks every single time. So I think I will go with it, though the assets are going a bit down in the long term, but so are the liabilities. So most likely I would go for this one and increase just the percentage in my portfolio for the sugar mills. So I again go to my trading view. I will put in the symbol, pick the one which is registered in Karachi Stock Exchange. I will also have already will have this in my watcher, so I will just match it with the bit size, put in the volume, and go ahead with the trade. Also don't want to invest like all 10,000 because I'm not very confident with this one, but still I will go ahead with it. And we will see in the orders, you can already see some of the previous stocks like Medan Bank, and the insurance one is still pending. I can actually change the orders or maybe delete it. I still have 25 minutes till the market is open. We can see that 200 of the 300 stocks I wanted to buy for insurance are already being bought for me. So I can either delete them or change them later on. Okay, now that I'm running out of ideas from the website itself to find good stocks, you can actually go to ChatGPT and also ask ChatGPT what are the good stocks. Just out of curiosity, what which sectors this will pick for me, and also something I'm doing this not to pick dividend stocks. So the idea is not to build now the passive income, and I will let you know after selecting a couple of stocks why am I going now for the growth stocks as well. Um, so now quickly looking into ChatGPT, what does it say? Which are the good accounts for us to invest in? So right on the top, it is showing me technology and IT. I know System Limited is a very good company. Definitely going to look into that. Energy sector I'm avoiding. Banking sector I already have. Consumer good, very expensive. Cement I already have. Telecommunication. Maybe I will look into Jazz. I have a couple of friends who are working there, so I know it's a very good company. Okay, so I have at least two ideas now that I can pick up from ChatGPT. Let me quickly look into how the system limited look like. And also remember to pick the stock which is registered for Pakistan, not for any other stock exchange. Again, very good increase in the appreciation value itself. They also have a bit of dividends, not very attractive ones. The P/E ratio is again very high. These are growth stocks, so we can expect the P/E ratio to be high. The analytic rating is also quite strong. This is giving me a good indicator that this is a good company to invest in for long term. They also diversify in terms of countries and the services that they are providing. So this is quite encouraging for me. In fact, they have quite regular dividends, though the dividend is not quite big. I like this. I'm going to go ahead and put in the amount that I still have. So I have around 15,000. So I can put in the system limited in my watch list, and I would put in system limited and pick the one that's registered in Karachi Stock Exchange. Maybe I want to also adjust a bit. It's a bit expensive stock as well because they are well established. I would say this is like Google of Pakistan, and also not investing too much, but just around 5,000. And I will put in the order and see how this goes. The other company, this looks interesting. I don't have like cement right now with me. And cement is something I really fancy because Pakistan is still a developing country. There would be a lot of construction, no matter which political party is actually governing the nation right now. The construction is something which will never stop. I don't have this in my portfolio, so let me quickly do a bit of analysis if this company is even worth buying or not. I have around 10,000 rupees that I can still invest, so let me quickly see. So let's pick the one Lucky Cement for Pakistan and look into the finances. Okay, the good gains overall, so going the right direction. The P ratio is also quite good. Dividends, they also have a bit of it. Okay, a lot of debt, which is something that I do not fancy in most of my stocks. So this already puts me off a bit, though the analytics rating is a strong buy. The plus point is I already have a cement in my portfolio, so this is not going to diversify my portfolio itself. But debt is something that is kind of keeping me a bit away from the stock. Though they have regular revenue and net income, they have also diversified in terms of what they produce. So they are also in the power sector. Again, this is a combination of power and cement, which again I might not like to look into. Not regular dividends, and the debt is really high for them. And with the capacity payment soon going out, most likely this would be not a very good stock. Also, this is a bit of an expensive stock as well, so this is more than 1,000 per stock. So I'm not really sure if I want to buy this one. So looking at the last stock that I wanted to look into, Jazz. Let me quickly see. I actually don't even see this in Pakistan, so they don't have their stocks in Karachi Stock Exchange, which is a bit sad because it's a good company to buy in. Maybe let me try if I can find it with the company name itself. And if I can do that, this would be a buy, and I don't see it. So I think that's it.
Achha, a lot of people like me are really confused how to invest in a growth stock, because the problem is you never know when to sell. We know that Warren Buffett is one of the greatest investor of all time, but the problem with him is he never sells, right? So if you sit on a stock for like 80 years, of course you're going to a lot of money. But the problem is that if you're investing in a company which can slowly grow, but it doesn't give you dividends and not creating a passive income, why does it make sense to actually invest in there? What is the right time to sell it? Is it like 10% profit or 20 or 30 or so on? So, but I have a theory for you. To actually make up your mind, you need to have, I would suggest, 30 to 25% of your portfolio of such companies. And why I'm saying this, and why I have clarity on this right now. What you're going to do is, whenever in your life you need a good amount of money, right? So for example, if you need money to, let's say, buy a car, or you need it for your children's education or any medical issue or any better opportunity to invest, that is where you sell it, right? So you're supposed to sit on it for years and years and years. It takes a lot of patience, and that is where you make the extra money. अच्छा, मजे की बात ये है कि people would say that, hey, why not I just put into mutual funds, or why not I just put it into a saving account, right? imagine, for example, I have Amazon Bank, right? And I put 10K or whatever the amount I want to put in. It will give me even if it gives me a return of like 10% yearly, it is still better to rather own Amazon Bank stock, because it will not only give you dividends, it will also have the appreciation of the value itself, right? So in the long term, it is rather better to get a Amazon Bank stock versus putting your money in the savings account of Amazon Bank. Now that we have gone through these 3 steps, the 4th step would be to actually do the order itself, right? And there would be 2 type of order. There is one market type order and there is one limit order. I always go for limit order because the money is made when you buy. And the theory is that if you buy at a good price, then you're going to make money. And that is where if you even buy something 1 rupees or 2 rupees cheaper, and that is not the market value right now, you're going to make money. So have that mindset. So always put the limit order. The only reason I would do a market order would be if I'm doing a currency conversion, because that is not where I want to make money, and I don't want to wait. But that is a different topic when we look into international stocks. Step 5 would now be, once you have got your stock, is to keep on monitoring it. You can use the mobile app of Ktrade. It's very nice to view quickly what kind of portfolio that you have, what's the profit, how much money you still have as a buying power. And this is really handy, and you can just on the move quickly view how the things are, and you can go from there. Keep yourself aware of the market itself. And also do not panic if the things are going down, right? You do not need to sell when we have a lot of like market correction or it's crashing a bit. I would still suggest to put like a 30 to 40% of limit value, where it will automatically sell when the market is crashing. It's still good to have some money in that time period, but I don't think it is something that you have to do proactively. You can every day just quickly view how the things are, how the market is, and if you feel like it's just going down, just have your patience, right? The more you have the ability to hold a good stock and conditioned that it is a good stock, right? We do not want to put in like penny stocks and stocks that does not make sense and still wait for them to go up. If we invest in good companies like System Limited or Amazon Bank or something like this, they are bound to bounce back. So don't worry about it. Also, to quickly mention that any capital gain that you have, so for example, when you sell on profit, there's going to be a tax that you have to pay on it, right? It's typically 10 to 15%. And if you do not sell, and also if you're holding it for more time, for example, 1 year, the percentage of tax that you have to pay is a bit reduced. And also the dividends that are going to be directly sent to your bank account will also be taxed. So if you're a non-filer, the tax would be 30%. And if you are a filer, then the tax would be 15%. And this is how you need to make sure that you're compliant in terms of taxes as well. Finally, some tips on how to successfully become an investor. Number 1, diversify your portfolio. This will really help you because it could be that one sector is falling or not growing, the other could still grow. So it's always good to do that. Number 2, start small. As I mentioned in the beginning of the video, make sure that you are not investing everything that you have. Only invest the things that you're willing to lose. So your risk factor should be such that, okay, if you're willing to let go 10,000 and 20,000 rupees, that is what you need to invest, nothing more, nothing less. And number 3 would be invest for long term. You have to sit on these stocks for years and years to actually make a good return. Remember, this is not a get rich quick scheme. So you need to have a lot of patience. And if you don't have a lot of patience, I would say stay away from investing. And day trading is something really different. The analysis that you have to do is not what you do actually in the investment itself, in investing itself. And I believe it is better to do their trading in market which are more volatile and which can give you good returns, and those are bigger markets, and that we will cover once we look into US and European accounts. And that is it. That is how you actually invest in Pakistan Stock Exchange. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share this video with your friends. As they say, if you are sitting with 10 investors, you will be the 11th, or if you're sitting with 10 people who just keep on looking at reels, you will be the 11th person. So share this video with your friends and family and teach them that investment is a great opportunity, and Pakistan Stock Exchange serves as a great opportunity right now to invest in. And also, when you subscribe, hit the bell button, so when next time I upload a video, you get a notification and you will never miss it. And also, if you have any question, please put that in the comment below. I will proactively answer all the questions that you have. Enjoy investing.